So, after yesterday's adventure, I found myself here in Star Citizen's version of Purgatory. Yay. So, as I try to get out of this location, let's talk about the Valkyrie. So, of course, during the CitizenCon presentation, the big reveal was the Valkyrie. This was the surprise ship. This was something that initially I looked at and I had mixed feelings about it because the cockpit thing, right? But once again, the cockpit thing isn't something that is unsolvable, as we saw with the Cutlass. You know, we fought that battle with the Cutlass, we won that battle, and we got a much better cockpit out of it. And it required very little adjustment. And the truth is, the Valkyrie, same thing. Raise the seat, maybe raise the cockpit glass, maybe, I don't know, 6 inches, raise the pilot up, you know, the equivalent. You still get to see all your panels, and guess what? You can now have a much better view of the ground. So that's not an unsolvable problem, and that's not a problem that CIG, I think, with some urging, with some gentle prodding, or 50 or so videos, is not unwilling to make a change on. It's not something that is a huge structural change, like, oh, completely change the interior of the ship, and I want to add a pool room, and I want a jacuzzi, and I want, you know, a grotto. No, you know, this is a very minor thing. And so I think, you know, that's entirely a winnable battle. And there's a lot of great things about the Valkyrie. First and foremost, it's already flyable. It's already implemented in the game. For what it is and what it's supposed to do, it's pretty damned good. You know, when I was talking about the Hammerhead, I was talking about, you know, dibs that top and bottom turret. Well, the bottom turret when it works, but, you know, call dibs on those turrets, because that is going to be one of the best places to shoot from. Whether you're firing at targets on the ground or you're firing at targets in space, those are the easiest turrets to operate, the ones that have 360 degrees, because you don't have to worry about getting kind of locked out or pushed away as much from what you're trying to shoot. So that was a very strong feature of the ship. Not only that, it can carry 20 troops and it can deploy a ground vehicle, as we saw. It's pretty damned amazing. Now you also have the remote guns out on the ends of the winglets, which you can operate from the interior, and you have the waist guns, which you can shoot out the window. There are so many good ideas in this ship, and I want to emphasize that, even though I did, you know, outright state that cockpit sucks. The ship itself, the core idea, the basic concept of it is fantastic and so well executed. There are so many good things about this ship that I found myself sitting there and looking at this compared to my Caterpillar, and I was going, you know, I got the Caterpillar, I got that Caterpillar package a while ago when the Dragonfly came out. I have the Pirate Caterpillar, but I mean, we do seem to be doing a lot of missions where we're having to go to ground targets now on planets and stuff. Maybe something like this is more called for. Maybe something like this would be a lot more convenient, a lot more easier to fly than something that's as big as a Caterpillar, something that would make more sense. And one of the things that those of you who've been watching this channel for a while will know is one of the things that I've lamented about the Caterpillar is that, I mean, it's always me kind of pushing against the idea, is it just a cargo ship? I mean, is it just a cheap cargo ship? It's supposed to be a pirate ship, but I mean, is it? I mean, shouldn't it? I mean, if it's a pirate ship, shouldn't it do more? Or is it just a cheap cargo ship that pirates like to use, you know? And I've always kind of gone, is it that or isn't it? Is it supposed to be something more? Should it be something more? Whereas this, you know, definitely has a strong role, a strong purpose, and it is built remarkably well towards that purpose. It's a very tempting ship. Now, I want to outright state that I'm not talking about just buying this thing straight cash, because it is pricey at $375. But I would consider CCUing my caterpillar to the ship. That's where my decision process begins, full disclosure. That's what I am considering. That is what I'm thinking right now, because essentially in my mind I'm trading one flyable ship for another, and one ship obviously which would be a lot more useful going forward than the caterpillar would. So that's kind of where I'm at. Here's what kind of pushes me back on this ship, and it's the cargo bay, or rather the complete lack thereof. Initially, I could accept that. Okay, that's where you put the vehicle or vehicles. I mean, obviously you could get a couple of space bikes, maybe even as many as 4 in there. Different ground vehicles, maybe, some not so much. But why can't we also use this as a cargo bay? Now, some people will say, oh, well, that's balancing. That's balancing because, not all ships can be all things, to which I reply, and I'm quoting Chris Roberts here, bullshit. Bullshit. It's a large open space that is meant to hold and secure a large object while you transport it to a location. That is a cargo space. Okay? That's a cargo space. No matter what anybody tells you, and no matter what any Q&A says, that's a cargo space. Because the vehicle is cargo. It is an item that you are transporting, and what makes it any different from a crate full of non-perishable foods, alcohol, whatever. Fluorine, chlorine, hydrazine, quadrotriticale, it doesn't fucking matter. You're just transporting something. That's a cargo space. Why isn't it designated as a cargo space? Well, not all ships can be everything. Bullshit. Bullshit. It is a cargo ship as well. So why isn't it designated as a cargo space? Now, obviously, for the purposes of doing missions, you can go out, you can pick up a crate off the ground, you can just drop it anywhere in your ship, and that crate will stay with you, right? And that's fine when you're going out and you're just picking up things here, there, and everywhere. But if you want to pick up a larger amount of cargo, a significant amount of cargo, or you're just happen to be in an area and you say, you know what, I've got to fly from, I don't know, I got to fly from R-Corp to Olisar anyway, or I got to fly from R-Corp mining to Onyela to Grimhex or whatever, I got to make this round trip anyways. Why not just load up on hydrogen or whatever and then just dump it for a few extra bucks at Grimhex? Sounds like a great idea. Makes sense. Can't do it. Why? Because the cargo space on the ship isn't designated as a cargo space. Because, well, minion, not all ships can be everything. Bullshit. And that is really one of the biggest pushbacks on the ship, is it's just, I would basically look at CCUing my caterpillar to this. And obviously, in a lot of ways, it's going to be a lot better because this actually has ramps, And so I can just drive the vehicle on, drive the vehicle off, whether it's a space bike, the Jeep, the Cyclone, whatever, I can just do that. And so I have all these different options available to me. But one of the core things about the Caterpillar that I like is that it's also a cargo ship. So you see where I'm kind of struggling with this is I mean, I'm already going to have to make a bunch of videos about the cockpit of the ship. We already know that that's going to happen. But the cargo space itself, I mean, why can't we use this as a cargo space if we're not hauling a vehicle around? It doesn't make any sense.
Hangars open and the flight path clear. Go ahead.
So, I mean, in the end, like a lot of you, I was completely blown away when the ship made its appearance. I mean, the fact that it was finished and flight ready, except for what I originally thought was the turret view until I realized it was the cockpit, and I went, oh my god. But I mean, I think that's a very easily winnable battle. I mean, I think that's kind of obvious. But so many possibilities with this ship, so many great possibilities, so many great things that you can do. And for the price tag, without being able to just officially designate that a cargo space, to call the cargo space on the ship an actual cargo space, and the inability obviously to therefore just purchase goods and just put them onto the ship and not just say, oh well, you can just walk on and just throw things on the floor all willy-nilly, which to a certain degree is fine. That's kind of what's always pushing me back from this, because otherwise I like it. And you know, can Minion Soldier make 50 videos about the cockpit view until it gets fixed? Oh yeah, I can do that. I can pretty much do that in my sleep at this point. But you know, I would just like to see some movement from CIG on this topic, and I'm gonna keep looking around on Reddit and on Spectrum, on the forums, looking for any kind of acknowledgement like, oh no, we're going to change that, that's just a mistake. You can do that. If that's the case, then I don't know, the gambler's days may be numbered. But that's where I'm at on that topic. So the Valkyrie, if you're thinking about buying it, if you're looking at it, those are the things I really love about it, and those are the things that are kind of pushing me away from it. Your opinion, your unique perspective may be different. Your utilization of the ship may be different, and it may fully fill out your requirements. But obviously, even with CIG employees having problems landing it, I think that the cockpit view is a battle that we can win. The cargo bay is what concerns me. Anyways, that's the show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Hey bro, cool ship. Look at all the not cargo space you have in your cargo area. Awesome.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.